friends, welcome back to the channel. So you can see behind me, we got some more of that gross white stuff a couple days ago. And I'm going to attempt to shoot this video. I don't know how far I'll get into it because it is 1 to 2 degrees outside right now. And if you've ever shot with a GoPro, you know they don't like heat and they don't like cold. So we'll see. But I wanted to show you some of our winter woes when it comes to the rabbits and the chickens with the water freezing. You can kind of see my ice block pile there. We've got a very large geode there that I use to bang up the ice. Our hot water spigot is right here on the side of the house. So in terms of the rabbit waters, when their dishes freeze, I have to lug them over here, run them under the hot water, get the ice out, put them back in, load them back up, and, you know, rinse, repeat. On a day like today where it's, I think the high is only 18 degrees, I will be out here probably every hour and a half to 2 hours doing this for them. Rabbits can scratch at the ice and they will eat the little ice chips, but it's not ideal. Most rabbits can drink as much water a day as some small dogs, so it's really important to keep them in fresh, drinkable water as much as I can. Last night, Papa Bear came out and did the last round, and we do have a lot of extra dishes. So what I had him do last night, instead of unthawing everything, I just had him take the frozen dishes out and he just grabbed new dishes and put in there. And that's probably what I'll do throughout the day today, tomorrow, the next couple super cold days, is I'll do one big sweep in the morning, get everything unthawed and all the dishes ready to work. And then about midday, I'll come out, probably take the frozen dishes out, just put them some new water dishes in there, and then towards the evening time I'll do a full sweep again. But he last night moved our dishes, the ones that were frozen, into the little shed here, and this is he was hoping that maybe they would thaw out overnight, and it does not look like they did. But that being said, him doing that for me, literally they're just right across from the hot water spigot. That way I can just go ahead and wheel them over here and thaw them out and make my rounds. And these aren't all of them. We have some of the rabbits, if you've noticed in my tour videos, some of them have multiple dishes in their cages. Some of them have larger dishes in their cages. Obviously, I'm trying to get the angle right here, and I'm really surprised this thing's lasted 3 minutes already. But there's a purpose behind that, because some of them are dish flippers. So I have to keep rocks or something heavy in the dishes that I have in there. And other rabbits, like one of the grow-out pen rabbits, those bunnies are getting pretty big, and there's 6 of them in there, so they require a lot of water. They drink a lot. So I have a big rubber, hey Brownie. Brownie and Vanna also run up to me every morning now wanting fresh water. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get these that he's got in here unthawed here. And it was one of the best moves he ever made, getting the hot water spigot on the side of the house. It's come in handy in so many different ways. But yeah, it's a pain in the butt. I have so much respect for your full-blown farmers, you know, that your cattle farmers, people with horses, sheep, goats. We have a de-icer in the pig water trough, and that is worth its weight in gold. I don't know the brand of the one that we got down there, but we got it at Rural King, and it wasn't expensive. I want to say it was only maybe $35. So we have it plugged in down there, and it hasn't even attempted to freeze once. Next year, I'd love to get one for the chicken water down there. The problem being, in the same aspect that we don't have power down at the barn, we don't have power down at the chicken coop. So we already have to daisy chain extension cords down to the pig lean-to from the store. I don't like doing stuff like that. I'm very paranoid about fire hazards. That's why we were actually thinking about putting a small heater in the little shed to help get these thawed out, but I can't do it. I had a space heater catch fire on me down in the store. Oh, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but ever since then, I'm so paranoid. Like, if I'm down in the store and have one running and have to come up to the house, I won't even leave it running from the time I walk down there up here. I'll turn it off and turn it back on when I get down there again. But yeah, y'all, this is my process when my rabbit water freezes. Okay, so I have to show y'all, this is pretty funny. The reason Papa Bear put all the dishes in this last night, when he put them in there, was in case the water did thaw out, it would just empty into this instead of on the floor of our little shed. But one of my dishes got stuck. Oh, there we go. I thought I was gonna have to run it under the water to get it off, but so we'll just end up putting it back in the Waggy without this. But it was a great idea. Once I've gotten some of the waters thawed out, come back around to the cold water spigot, fill up my bucket with cold water, and then I'll just go through and hit each cage by cage, and give them their fresh water. By all means, if y'all have any ideas, I don't use heating sources in the rabbit cages. Again, I'm very, very paranoid about potential fire risks, fire hazards, but at the same time, rabbits do very well in cold weather, y'all. Rabbits don't mind cold weather at all, as long as they have some type of wind block to keep any cold wind, snow, rain off of them. Y'all, they do fine in cold weather. You'll probably see Brownie and Vanna both running around, and there's hundreds, if not thousands, of places where those rabbits, in the carport, in the barn, in the hay barn, in the sheds, those rabbits could get off this snow and out of the cold if they wanted to. But you come out here any time of day and you see them running around, you know, they're having the time of their lives. But I'm just gonna go ahead and I've already removed their water dishes in here. That's why I'm gonna go ahead and get them set up before I've actually finished. That way they're not without water. And then I'll take you to a couple of the other cages with the bigger water dishes. Hi there, Bart. And gloves are something that's been an issue for me in particular, and Papa Bear too, I'm sure. And one thing that I will do when it's really cold like this, instead of filling their dishes up completely with water, I'll only fill them. Hi, Brownie. I'll only fill them up about halfway. You want some water, darling? Hey. No. Just sniffing around. That way, in an hour and a half, when I come back out here and this water's already frozen, I can add some more water on top of it, and it just extends the life of the dish throughout the day, so I'm not having to pull them all out, because I don't know if you can see him, but he's in there drinking. So I reckon I probably ought to hush and go about my task here. That's one thing about shooting YouTube videos, y'all. It makes any chore like doubly as long. You don't realize how much time is spent actually focusing on the camera. You go. But that way they can get in here and drink. Hi, Brownie. And like I said, in about an hour and a half, I'll come back out here and just top them off. But yeah, gloves with doing all this with the water. I've got probably 2 pairs of gloves now that are completely soaked through, and good insulated pairs as well. But there's really no way to avoid getting them soaked through when I have to do all this with the water. The chickens are probably down there. Well, they probably not come out of their coop yet. The chicken waters. Hi, Brownie. I told you I'd give you some water if you come over here, dude. In your favorite spot? He's a nut. I don't know if y'all can see him or not. Couldn't tell how. Yep. That corner right there on that cross tie by the mint garden, or by the herb garden. That's his favorite spot to sit. No telling where Vanna is this morning. But I normally do I see maybe a couple chickens. Okay. So this is an example, 2 examples of our bigger water dishes that I will take out individually and thaw. Hi, Mama Lucky. But her babies are doing really well. I have a feeling this GoPro is gonna start getting wonky soon. So rather than take y'all have already seen my process with what I do with the water. So we're just gonna check on some babies real quick, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put this GoPro inside. Look at them. Yes, Mama Lucky. Thank you. Oh. You're sitting on your sister, on your siblings. Looked like that one little bunny had a little case of nest eye. I'll have to put a warm compress. If you noticed, the little brown one, its eye wasn't open. It's not because it's asleep. It's not because it just hasn't opened them yet. Sometimes with the baby bunnies in the nesting boxes, they can get debris in their eye, and it'll just make it a little difficult for them to open it for that first time. And in that case, you just take a warm compress. Obviously, in a day as cold as today, when I do that, that bunny's gonna stay inside in the house with me until it's 100% dry. During the summertime, you could put the warm compress on and put him right back in the nesting box. But that'll just help loosen up any crud that's around the eye, and eye'll pop open and bunny will be just fine. Hi, Brownie. Want some water? Oh, where's your girlfriend? Here you go, sweetie. If you get out of their poop tray, this bunny is a spaz, y'all. Here. Want some water? And when it's not freezing temperatures, I do leave a water dish out for them, for Brownie and Vanna over in Bunny Lane. Here, you drink that. Hopefully Mama Lucky won't pee in it. Don't pee in his water dish, okay, sweetie? But I think I'm gonna end this one here, y'all. Once the chickens start hearing me, they're gonna be a little irate because I usually go down there and take care of them first. But when it's this cold, they don't usually get out of the coop that much. They'll go in the feed barn, they'll get water and food, and they'll go right back in the coop. And that's another thing when it comes to heat. Especially when I was on Facebook, a lot of people in the different groups, it was a big debate about whether or not to have heat in the chicken coops. Y'all, a chicken's internal body temperature year-round, I want to say, is between 110 and 113 degrees. So when you have not just one, but when you have multiples, like we've got about 30 hens down there, they keep each other plenty warm. As long as the coop stays dry. That's why it's not a good idea to put water in the coop, because that'll increase humidity in there, and it's the humidity that can harm them. And if there's wind blocks, again, just like the rabbits, to make sure no cold wind is blowing on them, no snow. They do really well on their own. They don't need the extra heat. And that's speaking from me here in Indiana. You know, I can't speak on chickens that live in Canada or Alaska or any of those places, you know. But thank you for tagging along. I hope everybody that's watching this is staying warm and cozy. And if you've got to get out and you've got your own farm on a much bigger scale, again, props to you. And if you don't, just make sure to thank a farmer. Dirk read something on Facebook that was like, due to the snow and cold, farmers will not have the day off, and this, you know, praying that the equipment starts and that water doesn't ice over, and, you know, we'd be in a big world of hurt without farmers, y'all. And just dipping our toes into the homesteading the way that we are, just the appreciation is massive for everything that they do and continue to do. But anyway, I think the cold's getting to my brain a little. I better go get the rest of these rabbits watered and fed. But thank you for tagging along with me. I'm so glad the GoPro actually held out. Papa Bear tried to shoot a video at his dad's yesterday, and it was later in the day, so it might have been up to 12 degrees outside. And I think he said that he got a minute or two into the video and the battery decided, nope, too cold. He put in another battery, nope, too cold. So thank you for everything that you do, liking, subscribing, commenting, and until next time, keep on keeping on, because we love every one of you.